have very extra special power. Hello. Well, I'm so glad you could join me today. Today we're going to talk about a little bit of a tea etiquette lesson, all right? With yours truly, Alice. Now, I'm actually going to a tea party later today to teach some younger girls the art of tea party etiquette. So you're quite lucky you get a first glimpse of my geniusness. Actually, it's really just common sense. So let's get started. First things first. Now, these are just the basics, nothing fancy. But when you sit down at a tea party, you want to sit on the edge of the chair, all right? Your tush should never get to the back of the chair like that, because it just looks messy and stupid and you can't even reach your tea from here. So, when you sit down, poof the skirt out, knees together, and sit on the very edge. And very good posture too, all right? Actually, funny story. My sister, when I was teeny tiny, she used to come up behind me and poke me with a toothpick. So, don't make me toothpick you. Good posture. So, you're going to have a napkin on your table, hopefully. Take the napkin, unroll it, and you want to lay it perfectly and neatly on your lap, just in case you spill some tea, but you won't because you're going to be perfect because you learned from me. And now you're ready to actually pick up your teacup. So, you're going to need your first thumb, well, your only thumb, you only have one thumb, your first finger and your second finger. Those are going to be your main fingers, all right? So, the index finger is going to go through the loop, and the thumb is going to support the base, all right? And the pinky, you don't really need your pinky. I think it's actually quite a useless finger if you ask me. So, I like to keep it out like this and out of the way. And secondly, no slurping, ever, especially if the Queen of Hearts is around, because it will be off with your head. And when you set the cup down, don't clink, all right? Set it down very carefully, like a baby, all right? As least amount of noise as possible. What else is there? Oh, if you need to reach something across the table, like the sugar or the butter, just ask politely, could you please pass the butter? Or could you please pass the sugar? What you don't want to do is get up and stick your bum in the air and reach across like that and your hair's everywhere into the food, and it's quite disgusting. Nobody wants to eat the food after that. So you want to stay back in your chair and simply ask your friends if they could pass whatever it is you need. And make sure you say please too. What else is there? Oh, if you need to excuse yourself from the table, if you need to go to the ladies' room or the Mad Hatter's room, or as I like to call it, the rabbit hole, all you have to do is just simply ask to be excused. Excuse me, please, or pardon me, and then you can get up, leave your napkin on the table. It's quite a small table, sorry. And go do your business. Now, if you are finished with your tea completely and you want to leave the table for good, what I like to do is take my napkin and fold it nice and neatly, just like I found it. And then you put it on your plate, like so. Stay. And then everyone knows that you're finished. And now, I don't know if this is a custom or not, but I like to do it, and the Queen of Hearts loves when you curtsy. So, when you're getting up from the table, feet together, toes pointed out, just like in ballet, and you flip up your dress just a little bit, and you curtsy and say, thank you. And that's all. That's all there is to it. Now, keep in mind, this is strictly for normal tea parties, all right? If you go to a mad tea party, it's a whole different story, all right? You can basically just throw all the rules out the window because mad tea parties are just complete silliness, all right? So it doesn't really matter when it comes to etiquette at a mad tea party. What else is there? I think that's all. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to be late for my tea party, which is awful. But then again, the White Rabbit is always late, so it's not that big of a deal, I suppose. Please help yourself to some crumpets, and I think we've got some cookies in here too. Oh, actually, these are mushrooms, so you should probably not eat those unless you want to grow very, 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 very tall. Actually, I might need these later. Anyway, thank you for joining us for Tea Time Etiquette with Alice, and I hope you have a wonderful day.